Let me just take a couple of more comments here. I'm gonna check TikTok. Nothing, no real. Let me see if there's any good questions or comments here. Somebody said you would have to review what is being assessed, as not all controls will apply. Yeah, very true statement. Got to figure out what the scope is. Okay. Nothing really going on there. So I want to walk you guys through, if you happen to be in the middle of looking for jobs, I want to show you guys what I do. Before I do that, let me see if there's any other comments going on. It looks like there is some worry about the job space. Okay. And he says, yeah, federal space looking crazy right now. What are you gonna do? Says Tampa area has tons of DoD jobs right now. I heard Huntsville is another spot that has tons of jobs available. I was considering getting out, and I am about to switch my job from signal officer to network engineer. That will add more time in service, but I will be better prepared to do civilian work. And then Larry says, I used to fly in and out of Tampa area, and a lot of old, have my old unit in AFSOC, and think it's in Hurlburt Field, if I remember correctly. Okay, I want to show you guys what I do. What I do to get jobs. I'm going to go to my LinkedIn page. What I do to get all of these offers. All my secrets about to be revealed right now. And just so you know, I'm constantly getting opportunities. Not all these opportunities are things I want to explore. Not all of them are things I want to do. But here's my real resume. This is what employers are currently seeing when they go to, here's where I actually work. Here's the university I went to. This is real stuff. Some of these people are people I really know who commented on my stuff. This is what I currently do. This is real. So let me show you what I do. So number one, I start off with a really good ATS style resume. So let me show you that real quick if I can find it. You'll notice that if you go through this, if you come over here and you subscribe to this network, that my profile is completely filled out. You don't have to add all of these videos and stuff. I don't know that will help you, to be honest. The main thing is to do your experience, fill this completely out, put any kind of education you have, any kind of certifications you have, your skill set, make sure you fill that out. Communicate with anybody who you know, and leave them comments, so they'll leave you comments back. Fill this thing out completely, and not with just anything. You'll notice I have a lot of keywords in here. Make sure the keywords are in line with what you are trying to do. Like for Larry, what I would do if I were you, Larry, is lean heavily on your project management experience. That you're working on a PMP, or you have a PMP, put that in there. I would put in there that you're working on your Security Plus, or you have a Security Plus. I would put any kind of skills you have. If you have any exposure to IT whatsoever, I will put that in there. That's all I've done here. I know these things that you see here in the top of my profile are things that are either things I really, really want to do, or things that I have the best skills at. Risk management framework. I know this is a key word. That's why I put it in there. If you're familiar with risk management framework, if you've done it, if you touched it, if you could speak to it when you get to a resume, then put it in here. Any kind of top certifications you have. If you have, I put public trust. I have that, a public trust. Any types of popular tools that are currently being used, put those in there. Certifications that you have, put those in there. in your job when you get here. And this stuff, you can see this in my actual ATS style resume. That's why it's important to start with the ATS style resume, because it'll help you to quickly fill all this other stuff out. So this right here, and this is just one example. The great thing about LinkedIn is that you can use other people's resume as in their profile as an example. So here I put all the stuff and I do, and you'll notice not only does it have keywords, but as much as possible, I try to put like impact statements. What was my impact to the organization? As much as possible. A better example will probably be my last job at Verizon. So I put the impact here more often. I probably need to improve the other one. So look how I put this. So I said, worked at Verizon. I put the time period. I was remote. I said I mapped security controls and policies to the NIST 853. And this is exactly what I did. NIST, CSF, CIS controls, and ISO 27001 frameworks. And what was the impact? Mapped hundreds of controls to 2 clients to determine compliance with three or 4 frameworks. So right there, whoever the employer is going to see, okay, this person knows 2 or 3 different frameworks. They're familiar with 2 or 3 frameworks. And what can they do for me? Well, it looks like they can take my controls and they can map them to they can map them to policies or whatever. And then what else did I do? Cyber threat intelligence analyst, work using open source and commercial intelligence tools to identify, communicate, and mitigate cyber threats before they can impact clients. And then what was the impact? We found over 100 leaked credentials. Now, one thing that you got to keep in mind with cybersecurity is that you can't. I'm not naming any clients. I'm not naming any IP addresses. I'm not saying any kind of secret things I'm not supposed to say, right? Because if I worked for some bank, X bank or whatever, I don't want some random person to be able to see, who had those vulnerabilities. So you've got to keep that in mind. Be smart about what you put online. And that includes your resume as well. Be paranoid. Be smart about it. Now, I filled all of this out. It took me some time to do that. I started off with the resume. I upload the resume, and then I fill this out completely. You want to do this not only on LinkedIn. To be honest, most of my opportunities don't just come from LinkedIn. I do have some here popping up here, just random. Let me see if I can see a few of them here. I can show you. This is from some university. Yeah, here's a few other. Some of these are jobs. Most of these are jobs. So here's a job here. I think this is it. Nope, that's commercial.